So we now head over to the main event of the show. We're talking about the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. It is title versus her. It is MJF's Turkish hair plugs on the line against Darby Allin and his World Championship. Can I say Darby's shout out to MJF with the Hana Kimura gear, the color scheme, and I wanted to shout that out. That was cool. And I don't think Darby Allin very often has a black light in his entrance, but they included it, which was cool because it showed the Hana Kimura gear lit up, which was the blue and the pink that you saw in MJF's outfit. I don't know if you remember Hana Kimura. I think we talked about her on the show. She was the Japanese wrestler that that committed suicide. She unalived herself, as the internet would say, based on some very inappropriate abuse she was taking both online and physically amongst her circle. And she passed away a few years ago. So for whatever reason, I don't know if it was because of an anniversary thing or whatever, but he decided to pay homage. He came out with the gear and the color scheme that was very tribute to Hana Kimura. And then Darby Allin's entrance, which is normally really dope. And I love that theme with the very punk rocky. I love it. Who was the guy in the cab? Because my wife goes, "Is that Darby Allin without face paint?" I said, "No, that's not Darby. I don't know who that guy is." And then the guy gets in the cab and he goes, "Hey, take me to Louis Armstrong Stadium. I got to get there before the main event," which is hilarious because it's the start of the main event. And the cab drives off, and then the camera goes down into the sewer, and it shows Darby Allin, and he's skateboarding for what appears to be Midtown Manhattan, all the way to the west end or the east end of Queens, which for those of you outside of the city is a long time. But there's a long ways away. But to be fair, if you're not familiar with New York, Darby skateboarding in the sewer is going to get to that building before the guy in the cab is. I promise. He's going to get there before the guy in the cab. From where he was, it looks like they're taking either Midtown. No, not even Midtown Tunnel. They're probably going to take Queensboro Bridge, and that's forget it. So it was a little confusing because about midway through the match, my wife goes, "What happened to the guy in the cab?" I said, "There's no way he made it."
I thought they were doing like a Ninja Turtles thing.
Legend has it he's still in the cab right now.
He's still in traffic right now?
He's still in traffic as we speak.
That's fine.
But hair versus title on the line. Not a fan of the step. I don't think the hair was built up enough.
I was gonna say, the situation kind of told me what was gonna happen. So
yeah. So there. It wasn't really built up enough. I didn't, I wasn't. It was like, if Edge in his prime would have been in a hair versus hair or something like that, like someone who's personified for their hair. He's had a buzz cut on the side or like skin fades for most of his goddamn existence in the pro wrestling business. All of a sudden, he's in a goddamn hair match. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I didn't even give a shit about the step. I just wanted to see the match because these two, of all the talent in AEW, in my opinion, have the best in-ring chemistry. These motherfuckers, I've seen these motherfuckers open a pay-per-view, and now I'm watching them close a pay-per-view, and I said, man, world title on the line, main event, Queens, New York, these motherfuckers is about to bring it. And bravo. I enjoyed the match very, 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 very much. I'm not the biggest MJF guy, but I appreciate him. I think he's a hell of a talent. I am sold on the idea that Darby can be a champion. 35 days, still had 7 title defenses, all bust-ass matches, bust his ass here as well. This guy is indestructible. Indestructible. I believe it now. Finally, I'm a believer. You've converted me. I don't think this man can be killed. If I ever hear online, rest in peace, Darby Allin, bullshit. He's on an island. He's on an island somewhere with Tupac Shakur. Him and Tupac hanging out.
Tupac drinking tea is crazy.
This man will live forever until the test of time.
No, I liked it. I liked it too. It's funny you say that. I'm also not I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on him, and I don't want to be the guy, and I don't think this is the place for it. But I'm going to say it anyway. I don't want to be the guy that says it, but for me, his persona to me will never be proven until he proves it in the big league. And I'm sorry, you can sit here and be the top dog here, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to. You can stay here for your whole career. Who gives a fuck, right? But to me, like, I like the gimmick. First of all, I don't even think it works well here because I don't think there's a lot of people that, like you said, like Darby Allin's really good with him and stuff like that. But I don't think there's a lot of Darby Allins back there where his gimmick really works. I think he's very aggressive, and he needs someone to either take that in a certain way or give it back to him. And from my memory, unless there's some new people here that can do that, I don't. That's what makes me not a MJF guy. So I just don't think his whole gimmick goes off well here. Almost like he's a bully. That's what it feels like. It feels like he's just bullying people. Like he's got this big persona and no one's not really as big as him. So it comes off as being really, really good. I don't know why this turned into an MJF hate thing. It's just something that I wanted to point out. I'm not a big fan on that. But when it comes
to be fair, it's not hate.
Okay.
What you're saying is not hate. Finish your point.
No, I'm just saying that the match itself was great. I like Darby Allin a lot. I don't have oddly enough, I'm gonna be a hypocrite here. I don't have that same criticism for Darby Allin. I don't know if that's because I don't know if that's because I think the way he works would work just fine. I question MJF. I don't question Darby Allin.
I can explain why.
Well, I can explain to you why. I like what he does. I love the match. I love the way Darby Allin works. He somehow has mastered the art of killing yourself, but not actually killing yourself. And it's just it's
some of those times he is killing.
He like when he came off the scaffolding, which by the way, sidebar, that entrance with the scaffolding. I don't know, maybe I'm a mark, but I love that shit. For New York, that was fantastic.
No, that was good. That was good.
That was fantastic.
That entrance totally looked like a New York entrance.
Fantastic.
Because everything here is always under construction. So
it's almost like they were building a set, but they just haven't finished it yet. So the scaffolding was still there. It was fucking awesome. I loved it.
We're out of time. What do you want to do? Fuck it, leave it.
Fuck it, just leave it. It's on theme. We got something else to do. We got to hiccup the speakers. But when he climbed up and came down, he cracked the back of his head. He was fucking leaking. But he still finished the match and everything like that. I don't know. I like Darby Allin. I like this match. I think it went well. But yeah, that was my little MJF rant I wanted to go on when we got here. So
that's fine. I can explain between the two and jump on the WWE point in the sense that the reason why you look at MJF in that light and not Darby is because MJF is the one that walks around all the time telling everybody that he's the greatest. His goal is to be the best wrestler in the world, and it's hard for a certain demographic of fans to see him that way when he's not taking swings at Yankee Stadium. You could bat 400 in Staten Island Yankees, but until you go to the Bronx, we don't know where you're at. And for everybody who goes, why AEW he doesn't need to go to WWE. AEW is better than AEW anyway. That could be your truth, and that's fine. Even MJF himself said that there's a little piece of him that kind of feels like it actually adds to his legacy if he's the best, that guy that never went to WWE.
Right, that's a cop out, but okay, that's fair.
And that's neither here nor there. But the fact of the matter is that WWE is the company. And even if you don't succeed at WWE, there's something to be said about the talent that gets there. You know, you can go through the ranks, high school, college, minor league, AAA ball, AA ball, and get to the majors. And when you get to the majors, you know, your career isn't what you thought it was going to be, but you got to the majors. Mm-hmm. You come down now from that level and you spread that knowledge. And when they look at you, they don't just go AEW champion, former WWE superstar. My opinion holds more weight than AEW superstar. It just does. Mm-hmm. MJF is surrounded by guys that he can dominate. You know, Is MJF as effective if he's in a storyline with Drew McIntyre? Is he as effective if he gets into a storyline with Randy Orton?
You know what's funny? What comes straight to my head? LA Knight.
LA Knight.
I would love to see LA
Roman
Knight
Reigns.
and MJF. Roman, don't do that because you will squash MJF. Because the moment he start popping off at the mouth and Roman just does this, and that's what you get back. Okay, we'll see. And he throws the mic and walks away, and then you lose.
We've already gotten a sneak peek of what that could look like because the next name that comes to mind has already happened, and that's Punk. When we saw MJF and Punk in AEW, to this day, his best program, not even close, was MJF and Punk. Darby might be the closest, but that's because it's a long time rivalry, battling from training school into the indies to the main stage. That rivalry has been going on for years. There's a built-in story for that. But bar for bar, on the microphone, move for move, in the ring, storyline for storyline, MJF and Punk, magic. Now imagine MJF in a room. I'm going to throw a name out there, and I know that Punk used this as an insult, but legitimately get your ego out of the way and really think about it. MJF and The Miz? I mean, in a storyline to get MJF higher on the higher status in the company, to have, I don't want to say stepping stool, but to get a guy into that WWE universe
Here's a litmus
vibe.
test, Miz, and don't take Miz.
Yes.
Don't take Miz's fun approach with new talent as he can't go. Because he can. You put him in front of MJF, I'm sure he'll put on a different package. He won't be as bubbly in that situation. But I digress. That's what when I see him, it's hard for me to look past that when I'm watching him. Because his whole gimmick, I just like, all right, whatever. It's fun.
And for most people, it's a really delicate subject to touch because they don't want to actually go there. And they go, no, he doesn't need to go.
He doesn't. I'll agree with you. He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go. If he's making the kind of money right now where he would never have to go ever if he doesn't want to.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm just telling you how I look at him. And it don't matter.
But if you're serious about legacy, you gotta go. You gotta go. There's always going to be the I'm successful without going list, very short. The one guy that always stood out was Sting, and he eventually went. There's an asterisk on everybody else. So if you want the asterisk, that's up to you. That's fine. But if you
and that was proven, by the way, when Sting went, they blew he was still him when he did it. So validation.